Hail the tribe of the internet. I am Mortis, and this is the updated demo of TOUCHSTARVED. I actually played the original demo about a year ago, but I had really mixed feelings about it. I'm gonna tell you my concerns along the way. I copyrighted music can stay. I'm not getting paid anyway. It's fine. Yes. Yes, we can go. It's fine. I played it before. I know. Okay, so the red text is exclusive content which apparently can be unlocked during the different routes we take. Save of fun. That's the thing I'm never doing. Controls. We know how to play visual novels. It's fine. It's fine. Space for the UI. That's strange. Usually A. I am Mortis. Thank you. Choose your pronouns as you wish. I'm a female, thank you. This word began to unravel long before you were born. It all started with fogfall. Spectral mist bled from the seams where reality wore so thin it split. And from that fog emerged monsters, inhuman beings with unnatural power. Some possessed language and intellect, others were mindless beasts driven by little more than bloodshed. As unrest spread and cities fell, humans cowered in fear while monsters thrived amid the chaos. And then there is you. You don't know what you are, but one terrible truth is certain. You were born cursed, with hands that alter the minds of those you touch. Choose your backstory. Oh, yeah, this one. Actually, we can have 3 different backstories, and one change that came with the updated demo is the exile. It was originally the Hound, but they reworked it. So we are going to try this out, obviously. A solitary survivor. You were exiled to a life far from civilization. Your only kinship was with an elderly hermit who taught you how to survive in the wild. He lost his life in search of a cure for you, but left you with a final lead to pursue the cenobium. You are a seasoned survivalist, well-versed in deciphering soulless behaviors. You've gained fluency in various languages and an uncanny intuition for detecting danger. So how they changed it, it was really just you are good at surviving and you have good instinct, but they expanded it, and now we basically gained the ability to kind of understand the soulless. Not like, if I understand it correctly, we can't like talk to them, but we can somehow understand them. And let me be honest with you, I would love to have a conversation with Princess. Yes, I would like to. Yeah, we are going with that. Your name is Mortis? Yes. You selected she, her? Yes. Your backstory is the... Yeah, yes. Totally. Yes. Absolutely. The wasteland stretches as far as the eye can see. There is nothing out here but death, the ever-present stench of decay, and countless sun-bleached bones cast like seeds across the barren land. I could say that doesn't scare me, but honestly, I'm desperate. It's been 2 weeks since I joined a caravan bound across the waste. Finding a group that would accept me was a trial in itself. I can hide my hands and deflect probing questions, but sooner or later people always suspect something strange about me. As rations grew sparse and canteens ran dry, tension rose. Despair began to set in, until I saw it. Dun dun dun! The city, Eridia, the city of knowledge, one of the last bastions of humanity left in the world and home to the famous academic called the Cenobium. Wait, can we try? It really is space, but does it work with age? No. It's usually age. Space is a strange place to put it. The Cenobium! All the world's knowledge gathered in one place. If there is anywhere I will find a cure for my curse, it's there. Yes? All that stands between me and the new life is a final stretch of salt-soaked waste. Or so I think until I see the first tendrils of fog sneaking beneath the wagon. Is this fogfall? My stomach sinks at the very whisper of it. A silent storm more devastating than fire. Dangerous in cities, but a death sentence beyond them. A thick blanket of fog engulfs us, snuffing out the lantern's light. The wagon lurches to a stop. An eerie silence, heavy as the mist falls over us. The only warning we get is a strangled scream. Stay back! No! Can we not hear that? The soulless. The cry dissolves into wet gurgling. Then, the wagon violently pitches to the side. I hit the ground hard. The air punched from my lungs. When I open my eyes, adrenaline lends sudden, awful clarity to the carnage around me. A trader I once shared bread with lies face down in the mud, their back reduced to long strips of torn muscle. Gleaming gristle and exposed bone bodies litter the wasteland. Ew! Oh, yes, here it is. I try to rise, but my ankle explodes with pain so blindly. White blooms across my vision. Only when my eyes finally adjust do I see the dark shape before me. A soulless. Wait. A soulless, which we can now, I mean, its intentions are quite clear right now, but otherwise, we could read you, my ma'am. A soulless stoops over the twisted form of a caravaner. I freeze, but it swivels its head. A dozen bulging eyes twitch in my direction and blink as one. In that moment, I sense its gnawing hunger, an emptiness that cannot be filled, no matter how much blood and flesh it consumes. I remembered we can hear it scream. The soulless lets out an ear-splitting shriek and charges me. I instinctively duck to the side, and the beast barrels past, vanishing into the mist. A horse screams in the distance. I need to move now. If the soulless finds another victim, it won't be focused on me, at least not right away. Run for the city, head towards the wagon. I think we have to head towards the wagon? Or is it a big scene that's going to happen? I don't know. I take cover beside the wagon where the air is thick with greasy smoke. Fire eats through the gaping holes, spluttering where lantern oil mixes with brackish water. Every person I see is dead or dying, except one. Traveler. Oh, All-Mother, forgive our sins. Guide us unto your heart. We are worthy. We are worthy. A traveler grovels by the flames, their hands clasped above their head in fervent prayer. I glance upwards towards the gauzy lights of Eridia, just visible where the fog runs thinnest. I don't pray, but the sight of the city is all the reminder I need. I came too far to die here. Rapid footsteps echo all around me. I turn in circles, frantically searching the opaque mist for the source, but the fogfall twists and stretches sound. Ha! Suddenly, the caravan's driver bursts forth from the fog. Our eyes meet too late. He knocks me to the ground and slips in a patch of mud. The soulless instantly falls on him. It catches the driver by his throat and rakes his stomach with razor-sharp claws. And we're just watching it happen. He comes apart like wet paper, spilling intestines and viscera in a steaming tide. Fighting the urge to heave, I claw frantically through the slippery muck for a handhold. Shit! My hand catches on the jagged edge of a rib Jumping up from the water. Okay, bandages. Ah, we still have bandages. Unfurl around the gauche, torn deep into my palm. Ouchie. But the pain's quickly forgotten when a hand closes around my wrist. Can you stand? Who are you? The praying traveler leans over me. We need to run. Well, we would need to. They reach for my hand and I realize too late that my bandages have come undone. Okay, take a look. The pretty boy and our hands. The cursed hands, apparently. No, don't touch me! The sensation of their thumb brushing the back of my hand sends a shiver down my spine. All it takes is one touch, and in the space of a breath, my curse takes hold. I don't think it's a curse, though. I think we are just not completely human. Their lips peel back into a deranged green. Oh my man, look at him. No, I've seen this face countless times before. This is my curse. Madness of my own making. Well, their grip on my hand tightens until pain radiates from my knuckles. Let me go! Suddenly, clammy hands crush my throat, choking off my breath. Die! 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 Why would they want us to die? Spit bubbles at the corners of their mouth and flecks my face. The edges of my vision darken as my lungs shriek for air. Scream for help, fight! Obviously, who would help you? Fight! The soulless, who would help? My nails gouge deep into the traveler's wrist, but no matter how much blood I draw, they don't flee. Ah. The more I struggle, the tighter their grip grows. My pulse hammers in my ears, slowing with each thudding beat. This can't be happening. I'm going to die. And not because of the folkfall or the soulless, but because of my curse. Tears sting my eyes. No, not here. Not like this. But then their hands drop from my neck, leaving me wheezing for air. My lungs burn with each ragged cough. My vision clears and the traveler's face takes shape, hovering inches from mine. Lips still split in that macabre smile, even as blood seeps between their teeth. They give one last shuddering breath, then slump over the gloves, hooked through their stomach. Ouch! The soulless shoves the body aside, its glowing eyes narrow as though grinning. Okay, but do they kill to eat or just for the funsies? There's a flash of claws. Red spills across my vision. I thought there would be pain, but as I sink into the murky water, all I can feel is the grit of silt filling my mouth and the icy embrace of shallow water. I spot an arm resting among an outcrop of reed. Mine, neatly severed at the elbow. It should have taken both arms. Without them, maybe I could have survived. Maybe I could have had a home. I mean, you could always just cut them for yourself. Instead, I will die cold and alone in the desolate wasteland. A fitting end for a monstrosity like me. I truly believe we are some kind of monster. Or half monster, you know. I don't think it's a curse. If this is death, it's not as bad as I feared. The cold is gone, as is the choking stench of bog water. I could drift forever, cocooned in oblivion, until all thought and sensation vanished. No curse, nobody howling at me in madness and terror, nothing at all. The thought has a terrible appeal to it. But I take a reflexive breath and air pours into my lungs, then out again in a ragged gasp. Feeling comes flooding back. Warm cloth on my bare skin, a firm surface underneath me, a strange tang of sulfur in the air. Don't be afraid. Hi! I twist my head toward the voice. Tears flood my bleary eyes at the bright glow of lamplight. Try not to move. The voice is calm, steady, and commanding, but more importantly, it's a stranger's voice. One thought cuts through my mental fog. I have no idea who this is and I'm completely at their mercy. But yes, stay away from me. My words come out in little more than a creaky whisper. I clench my mouth shut, hating how weak and helpless I sound. No. No? Who the hell is this? Sit up! Sit up! I manage to push myself up on one elbow, but my head swims and my surroundings give an alarming lure. A stubborn patient. I am, thank you. I don't have the strength to dignify that with a response. Instead, I pull the sheet up higher and wipe my eyes until my vision clears. Hi! The stranger towers over my prone form, warm light limns in his pristine medical coat. We can tell it's a medical coat. Also, Lukey. I love this. I don't know. It's a ring, but chained to his. I don't know what this is. The brace. I love it. I instinctively shrink back, and that's when I realize that I'm completely naked except for a thin linen sheet. Wow. Naked, lying on a low cot with a pair of sharp golden eyes watching my every move. The man's gaze flickers to my exposed, unbandaged hand. I plunge my hands under the sheet, though it's too late. He must have noticed what they look like. Trained, cursed, inhuman. I brace myself for his inevitable disgust, but his courteous smile lingers. I wonder, if one touch is enough to spread the madness, to make someone lose their mind, then how were we born? Did we kill our mother when she gave birth to us? And what about the father? Like, he just picked us up and died? Like, who raised us? When did this happen? He just watches in placid silence as I struggle to make sense of my surroundings. Where am I? Who are you? Be calm, you are safe here, the doctor. Whoever this is, he clearly has no idea who or what I am. We don't even know what we are. It's fine. I suppose the old hermit protected me as best he could, but the hermit. How did he? How? But that time was short-lived, a lonely reprieve shattered by his death. So how long were you when the hermit took you in? I'm interested. How did this happen? I've never felt safe anywhere or with anyone since. I scowl, pulling the sheet protectively around myself. Where are my clothes? The man's golden eyes narrow slightly. A sharp sigh rustles the papers in his hand. I see you are not to be dissuaded. Your clothes were torn to shreds when I found you, but I procured replacements. Good. I guess. Good. With a soft creak, he rises from his chair, giving me a better view of my surroundings. Oh, looky! It's so neat! Apparently there are new backgrounds as well. I don't know how many exactly. This looks like a medical clinic. Bottles of silver alchemical concoctions line the counters in neat rows. Also, take a look. This is where we were laying. It doesn't look comfy at all. The air makes my nose twitch, a faint whiff of smoke and something distinctly metallic. Is it blood? The doctor produces a large, dense bundle of cloth, which he sets at the foot of my cot. He's easily a head taller than most, and I have to crane my neck to look at him. Thank you. I should be polite if I can, especially since I don't know who this is, what he can do, or what he wants with me. Yeah, but he saved us, so, Thank you. You're very welcome. I will leave you to go to get dressed. Now, I know we are ready. Oh, I don't think I ever saw this. He has a scar on his palm. Why? What are you not telling us? Now, but really, I know we are very early on the game, but one of my main problems is the characters, the design, the art style of the characters are gorgeous. Okay, they are beautiful. I love it. But it's okay. I mean, it looks great on its own. And then you take a look at the background which is a completely different style. It's way more simplistic. It's not even remotely close, which is fine. The background looks amazing as well. It's just two so different art style that it just takes away from the immersion for me. And you can see it throughout the whole game. Like every time you have to interact with one of the characters, they just stand in the middle of these kind of backgrounds and you just can't focus. I can't, you maybe can, but I can't focus for the love of my life. I just can't. These are so different. They don't go together. It's just, I don't like it. It's terrible. To get on their own, the background on its own and the character on its own, they're both great. But together, it's just terrible. They don't go together. Look at it. Look how terrible it looks. You're very welcome. I will leave you to get dressed. With a curtain, he leaves through a narrow door. I hear a soft click as the lock turns behind him. When I don't hear any more footsteps, I reach for the bundle of clothes. An itch on my elbow stops me short. I reach down absently to rub at it, then freeze when my fingers meet a neat line of stitches. He also gave us our arm back, stitched it back. I know what I saw. That beast took my arm clean off. And yet the limb shows no sign of injury apart from the black stitches poking through my skin. I gingerly flex my fingers, feeling my heart race at the sensation. This is impossible. I should be dead, or at the very least gasping out my last breath. Yes. Also there is the question, how did he put it back without, touching it? Maybe with glove? I squeeze my eyes shut, waiting for the pleasant dream to unravel, to wake up and find myself bleeding out in the swamp. But nothing happened. The seconds tick by and my arm remains resolutely healed, my surroundings pristine and quiet. In numb disbelief, I grab the replacement clothes and begin stiffly pulling them on. They are thicker and warmer than mine were, bundled with a black woolen cloak. But there is one thing still missing. My bandages. Okay, the second thing. I'm sorry. But the second thing that tilts me so bad is the fact that we used bandages. Like, if you live for unknown amount of time, let's say 20, 40 years, we can be somewhere around there. So you live about 20 years with this curse of yours, and you have never considered wearing gloves. Like, why? I would understand the situation that you originally wore gloves and then they got shredded and now you don't have them, so you ask for some bandages to cover your arms and then go out to the town and buy some fucking gloves. Like, why? Why the bandages? Why? The doctor didn't leave me with any, though I know he saw my hand. I slide off the bed and take a few unsteady steps toward one of the drawers. If this is indeed a doctor's clinic, there must be bandages somewhere, and we are not even going to ask for them, just taking them like some thief. I start opening drawers at random, and of course, that's when the door swings open. Are you looking for something? Yes, and I'm a bad person. I whir around, clutching a thick roll of clean bandages. I try to step back from him, but my legs bump up against the cot. Your caution is understandable, though if I meant you any harm, you would know. That doesn't make me feel better in the slightest, but he makes no move toward me, so I quickly wind the bandages around my head. The glowing scars and the mottled skin disappear under a layer of clean white cotton. If they are glowing, I don't think they would disappear, but sure. May I ask why you need additional bandages? I can help if you tell me what ails you. My hand? I doubt it. Traveling to Aridia was a gamble born of desperation rather than hope. Nothing has come close to curing my curse. And yet, my left arm twitches. The arm that was severed before my very eyes. Yes, and he sewed it back. The doctor's unblinking gaze follows my every move. It's clear he won't drop this without some sort of answer. The bandages protect me, and they warn others to stay away. I've tried every way of covering my hand, and this works best. You're trying to tell me this works best. What about the fucking gloves? You just don't take them off, or you can have the bandages and the glove on them, because the bandages can come off pretty easily. Most people avoid touching me as soon as they see bandages. Of course, yes, of course. An illness then, or a less mundane affliction spread by contact. I flinch. He doesn't even sound surprised, and that's far too close to the truth for comfort. Glare at him. We are going to glare at him. I fix him with the coldest glare I can muster, yet he serenely holds my gaze. I am not easily intimidated. I hastily break eye contact. Why? Why do we accept? Why? We could have just stared forever. But he says nothing more, at least he doesn't seem angry. I shake my head. I need to know more about this doctor before he figures me out. Who are you? You may call me Kuras. And where exactly am I? Eridia, which I assume was your caravan's destination. I can think of nowhere else for a group of travelers to go. Also, another question. How come this is a caravan going to... It doesn't even matter where, just from one town to another town. Okay? And there is this fog thing, which is very dangerous, as the whole world knows it. So how come they didn't have any kind of, protection, like guards or I don't know, whatever a caravan could probably hire to protect them, how come? Iridia, so I made it to the city of knowledge after all. I should feel relieved, but all I can manage is a vague sense of increasing unease. How did I end up here? I brought you to my clinic, of course. You were the only survivor from the caravan, barely clinging to life. You needed immediate treatment. How very nice of you. Why were you out there searching for survivors? Which you provided? Yes? He says it so simply, as if I'm a small child and he's explaining basic addition to me. I frown and flex the fingers on my recently healed arm. Aside from being a bit stiff, it feels fine. Thoroughly attached to me. You are saying that you stitched my arm back on? Pardon? A soulless attacked the caravan. It ripped everyone to shreds. It tore my arm clean off. But when I woke up here, healing such a mortal wound should be impossible. Either this man is lying or in possession of power beyond that of mortals. Neither option is particularly comforting to me. The doctor, Kuras, pinches the bridge of his nose. He sits back down in his chair, quiet for a long time. I do not know where you come from, but Eridia is the city of knowledge and deadly secrets alike. Information is power, and one should not give or receive it freely. Since you refuse to divulge your secrets, I will not divulge mine. I do not even know your name. You are new to Eridia, so I will overlook this specific breach of etiquette. Do not expect others to extend the same courtesy. But wait, was it that such a big question? If you were the one who repaired my hand? Do you understand? Sure. He glances at my freshly bandaged hand. Loath though I am to admit it, he has a point. I'm a complete stranger to him, yet he saved my life. Yes! I take a deep, steadying breath. This time, when I speak, I sound a bit more like myself. Mortis, my name is Mortis. It's a pleasure to meet you, Mortis. Thank you. There is a little more warmth in his smile, his polite demeanor back in an instant. Yes, thank you for saving me. We are being nice. Thank you for saving my life. I chance a smile in return, even if he won't explain how he did the impossible. There is no doubt in my mind that I would be dead if not for Kuras yet. Think nothing of it, okay? I'm not sure if he's just being excessively cautious, but his words only raise more urgent questions. I have to ask, why did you save me? You don't know me. The question seems to startle Kuras. I could hardly leave you to die in the waste. Why were you out there in the first place? Assisting those in need is the very essence of a doctor's duty, huh? I've never met a doctor who also handed out free clothes. My fingers find the edge of the cloak. There is a supple but delicately embroidered pattern around the hem. I try not to think about what price Kuras might demand for such well-made clothes. Ew! No, I suppose not. Forgive my presumption. I rarely come across such a fascinating patient. Would you mind to explain? I blink. What did you just say? I simply meant that few would cling to life so resolutely or brave such a perilous journey to Aridia. You lying little shit. I could not help being curious about you, Mortis. You saved me because of my hand. Everyone knows that. His voice dips to a soft murmur and he abruptly looks away from me. You're pretty curious yourself. I don't know what to say to that. Hey, you're pretty curious yourself. Am I? Well, I haven't forgotten about my arm. Exactly! I wiggle my intact fingers at him. Clearly not. But you haven't asked me for any payment either. I require none from you. Travelers do not have an abundance of coin, and leaving you destitute in a strange place would be unethical. I'll fall silent, unsure of what to say. Nobody would help a horror like me. A horror like me, like I'm the worst thing you can encounter. For free. There has to be some kind of catch or trick, right? What? A loud knock at the front door stops our conversation cold and spares me from having to say anything else. Duty calls? Unfortunately, you are not my only patient today. The knocking grows more insistent and Kuras lets out a tired sigh. Please wait. Though he says it quietly, the clamor on the other side of the door abruptly stops. Do you need anything before you leave, Mortis? Between the soulless attack and my miraculous survival, I've almost forgotten why I came to Aridia in the first place. I need directions to the Cenobium. Ew, the Cenobium. He does not like it. The look on his face is downright chilling. He pauses, choosing his words with cold deliberation when he speaks again. Whatever you seek, it is very unlikely you will find it there. The Cenobium's gates open for precious few visitors, and even if they opened for you, you would not like what you found inside. Have you been in there? My heart sinks. Is he saying that I came all this way for nothing? Risk life and limb for nothing? No, that can't be. I've only just arrived, and Aridia is the largest city still standing. There has to be a cure for me here. Then, if not the Cenobium, where would you suggest? Do you know anyone else in Aridia? No, I shook my head. Then I suggest a local guide. Head to the Gothic and ask for Leander, the leader of the Etherstone. They also changed the name. I can't remember what was it before, but I know they changed the name of Leander's gang. Excuse me, the wet what? The Gothic? He sounds deeply unamused. Follow the Etherstone postings. They are difficult to miss. When you meet Leander, tell him I sent you. That isn't much to go on, but Kuras points towards the back door. You will be safe so long as you do not draw attention to yourself. That's easier said than done. I've always been a magnet for the worst sort of attention. If you require my assistance, you may return whenever you wish. Thank you. Though he is smiling, there is a note of finality in his voice. Resigned to my dismissal, I slip out the back door. I find myself standing in a narrow and rather gloomy alley. I pull the new cloak up over my nose, stepping over the contents of emptied chamber pot. Something weighs heavily inside one of the cloak's pockets, my coin purse. I have money! Some, not much. Oh! Sorry, missed it. Every last coin that I scraped together for the journey to Aridia is still inside. The purse doesn't even look like it was open. There was so few coins to begin with, they probably weren't worth stealing. Because Kuras would steal from you, right? I glanced back at the clinic's closed door. Kuras didn't take any payment. He didn't even ask for a future favor. Not yet. But he also said that in Aridia, secrets are power. Does he expect me to give up mine at some point? Well, I think we are going to give up it pretty quickly. That's not exactly a comforting thought still. No matter why he did it, Kuras gave me a second chance and a lead on where I might find help. I'd better get going before he changes his mind. I squeeze out of the alley and into the crowded main street. Also, take a look. This is the city, basically. The line outside Kuras' clinic stretches down the road. Two team peddlers queue alongside weathered elders. If any place is in desperate need of a free clinic, it's this one. The cobblestones are treacherously rough under my feet. Deep grooves worn between them by regular flooding and decades of hard use. I knew Aridia was a river city, but I didn't expect it to look so eroded. The buildings are tired and dilapidated, all crammed together in narrow streets. A child darts by, clutching something greasy wrapped in paper. The smell of fried food drifts over to me and my stomach gives a faint gurgle. Vendor, this morning's catch, fried up, hot and fresh, not too many eyeballs today. Ew, not too many eyeballs. Foggy mutated catches are always a gamble, but beggars can be choosers. I duck under the stall's grubby awning. Ew. A large fish leers up at me, its three bulging eyes still visible through the thick layer of crispy batter. Ew, the vendor gives me a gap tooth of grin. Ew. What's the cheapest thing you've got? The vendor points at a metal basket of what looks like long strips of savory fried dough. That's better than the fish. Fresh long, lads. 3 copper apiece, don't burn your mouth. I take the coins out, counting them gingerly. At this rate, I might not even be able to afford dinner. Reluctantly, I drop the payment on the counter and take my meal. 2 streets later, I pass under a wrought iron archway adorned with dangling garlands of red and pink lilies. Oh my god. The buildings in this quarter are a dizzying riot of color, painted walls and tinted glass everywhere I look. Also, take a look. This is where the Gothic is, I think. Sheer red and pink curtains flutter in open doorways. Musical voices call out invitingly. Incense mingles with the pungent scent of flowers, barely covering the salt and musk of warm bodies. Huh! This must be Aridia's entertainment district. I'm polishing off my food and dusting the crumbs from my hands when I spot a poster. It features the silhouette of a smiling man wearing a single dagger-like earring and the words, "The Other Stone," printed above his head. If Leander is the leader of the Other Stone, then the face printed on the poster is likely his. I follow the line of identical posters around the corner and nearly hit my head on a precariously dangling wooden sign. Looking up, faded orange letters read, "The Wet Week." Now, my other concern... Could you, point to me? Which one is the Wet Week? This one? It doesn't have a dangling sign. I mean, I understand this is the... this illustration is only just to give you a taste of how the city looks, which is fine. But if you describe these details to me, you could have at least added a dangling sign that I could headbutt. You know what I mean? This is a visual novel. It could be a bit more visual. The facade of the building looks like it's seen better days, but I hear faint music and laughter coming from inside. I assume that's the Wet Week, at least. I don't know. I like this bit, by the way. The bartender plays. It's not even midday yet, the week is packed and dark. A loose collection of Eridians crowd the bar, taking up the tables and gathering in the spaces between. They speak amongst each other in hushed voices, their faces drawn and grave. Seeing so many bodies packed into such a small, dim space is disconcerting. All the more reason to find Leander quickly. A cursory glance doesn't turn up anyone with a dagger-shaped earring, and I'm considering searching the bar when a loud voice carries across the room. Now, I'm no prior or curator. I'm not much of paperwork or pencil pushing. And honestly, I don't even think those ropes come in my size. I crane my neck, but the crowd is too dense for me to see the speaker. Gather around, I want to show you all something. Also, Leander's lines and scenes got reworked a lot, apparently. There is no time to move out of the way. The audience surges towards the center of the room in a sudden torrent. I'm caught and swept along with them. Hey! The clatter of falling chairs and tables being shoved aside drowns out my complaint. I thrash and throw out my elbows as heavy bodies press into mine. My hip knocks into a table. I grip it, holding on tight to steady myself, but the crowd has stilled. A pair of gilded boots stride across the tabletop. If you want nothing but guidelines, impractical policies, and needless bureaucracy, you know where to go. I drag my eyes upward. A man towers on the table in front of me, arms spread as he addresses his rapt audience. But I'm not going to wait for word from on high. His impassioned words provoke nods and excited whisper. But nothing is as captivating as his brilliant smile. He beams at the crowd around him, a performer on his makeshift stage. And unlike those clerics, I don't need the abbess's approval to cast a spell or two. As he raises his hands above the audience, the dagger-shaped earring, dangling from his left ear catches the light in a flash of gold. It seems I found Leander. These are our streets. We make our own luck here. He snaps, and a flash of pale green light erupts from his hand. With a flick of his wrist, Leander conjures a ribbon of glittering light. A delicate flower stem sprouts from between his pinched fingers. One by one, glowing lily petals unfurl. Also take a look. Ooh, his belt is cool as well. So yeah, he's portrayed more of a rebel here, like a rebellion leader, a leader of a rebellious group, so to say. I don't think his previous lines were like this. He was just like, just a showman, really. Leander raises the flower with a flourish, and the bar bursts into clapping and cheers. Clicked out of it again, sorry. A magic demonstration was the last thing I expected from a place called the Wet Week. Leander plucks the shimmering flower out of the air and turns in a slow circle. Now, who could use some good luck? Eager onlookers scoot closer to the table, but Leander's cool green eyes slide right over them and look on me instead. How about you? My chest grows tight. Suddenly, I'm in the spotlight. I really don't like Leander, but that was in the original demo, so we are going to give him a chance. Maybe I'm going to like him here. We are taking it. I reach out and take the flowers from him, all too aware of my trembling fingers. There is no weight to them, only a faint warmth that radiates from the stems. As soon as the lilies leave Leander's hand, they dim and they fade away in a shower of opalescent light. To my surprise, Leander laughs under his breath. That's the problem with flowers. They don't last long, but they leave an impression, right? He grins at me and I find myself smiling back. Leander steps off the table, dropping among the excited crowd with a clink. Alright, show's over, back to work everyone. The audience disperses and Leander heads toward the bar. Now is my chance! I start after him only to find myself face to face with one of his followers. Sullen follower, where do you think you're going? I need to talk to Leander. You and half of Lowtown. Leander's busy right now. Otherstone business. Come back tonight. After the moment we shared, surely Leander can spare a word. Yes, after the moment we shared. Well, yes, it was meaningful. But the follower crossed her arms, unmoved. I glanced over her shoulder, hoping to catch a glimpse of Leander. As though sensing my gaze, he looked up, and for a moment our eyes locked. I'm the flower lady! The Leander turns away to murmur something to the group gathered around him. The follower moves to block my view. You hear me? I'm not looking for trouble. This Dr. Kuras said I should find Leander. That's... She's interrupted by a hand resting on her shoulder. Kuras sent you? He said you could help me. Leander nods at the woman and she steps aside wordlessly. Follow me. He leads me to the crowded bar. Where were we until now? There is so little room that his broad shoulder presses against mine. I tense, but he doesn't seem to mind at all. Sorry about that. The others don't watch out for one another, but they can be overprotective at times. Lesson learned? Leander flashes me a broad grin. You are new to Eridia, aren't you? He says it with a genuine air of curiosity. Do I stick out that much? No, but I'm certain I would remember seeing a face as lovely as yours around Lowtown. Yes, that's why I hate him. I hate everyone who tries suck up to me. Don't do it. Nah. My eyes drop to the polished countertop. I'm not used to flattery, and being this close makes eye contact difficult. As even cute, the bartender approaches us. What will it be? Surprise me and add anything my friend wants to my tab. I will have what he's having. Water is good. I will have what he is having. The surprise is fine. While the bartender leaves to fix our drinks, Leander leans his elbow on the counter. His sleeves right up, revealing a long raised scar. I catch myself following it, winding path across his forearm. Do he have a scar? Oh, that one. That one. Oh, up until here. I see. Leander's... Oh, you are blinking as well. I hate it. I hate when you blink. Don't do that, please. I know. Leander's eyes wander over me in return. When they look on my bandaged hands, a bitter taste rises in my throat. Here come the questions. Is there any chance Kuras sent you here for cheap drinks or barely edible appetizers? No. He pushes his hair back from his forehead, sighing when it immediately falls back into place. That's the doctor for you, always business. I'm not sure he even knows how to relax. The bartender returns with a pair of glasses. What are we drinking? I raise mine and give it an experimental sniff. It smells faintly yeasty, like beer, but with an undercurrent I can't quite place. A quick sip confirms my worst suspicions. It's awful. What were you expecting? Briny and sour with a distinct hint of pickle flavoring. I love pickles, but I'm not sure I would like them in my alcohol. Beside me, Leander takes a deep swig from his glass. Oh my god, dude. So how can I help you? I don't know, you tell me. I need to get to the cenobium. As soon as the word cenobium leaves my mouth, the group standing nearby falls silent. Don't stand out too much, Kuras said. It's gonna be fine, Kuras said. From the very looks thrown my way, it's clear I've broken some taboo. It had to be the cenobium. Leander pushes away from the counter. Let's continue this conversation outside. I rise to follow him. You are going to see it here. This is... Wait until he appears. Leander leads me into an alleyway tucked behind a wet wick. Layers upon layers of frayed and faded Otherstone posters plaster the walls. Seeing them side by side, the resemblance between Leander and his printed likeness is impressive if abstract. Now, here, I think you can see it more clearly here than you could have at the Gothic or at Kuras' office. But on the street, it's very visible. The contrast between the character and the background is just driving me crazy. Like, I can't. Can you concentrate? Let's be honest with me. You try to have a conversation with this guy. Can you concentrate on him? Or would you get distracted by the differences between the background and the character? Like, it's two completely different art style, and it takes me out of it so much. Kuras didn't send you here to ask for a personal escort to the Cenobium, did he? From his tone, he already knows the answer. No, he suggested that I reconsider. Yet here you are, asking about a guide anyway. He looks at me expectantly. I don't want to tell him about my curse. The less people know about my monstrous capabilities, the better. We are not some kind of monster, we are exaggerating this. Thankfully, Leander takes my reluctant silence as an answer. Are you ever aware of Eridia's particular currency? Information's worth its weight in gold here. I don't much care for outdated traditions, so I'll be completely honest. The Cenobium won't help you. They're more likely to torture you than lend you a hand. Well, how nice of them. But the Cenobium's supposed to be a place of learning, a sanctuary. The Cenobium has always been heralded as the last bastion of human knowledge, a shining beacon of hope in a fading world. If any place had answers, it would be the Cenobium. That's why I came here. Leander nods patiently. You are not the first person to fall for the propaganda. I grew up idolizing the Cenobium. I wanted nothing more than to join their ranks, to learn magic from the best, to make a real difference. I was young and blinded by the legends and the legacy. I was so damn naive. He shakes his head. All it took was one trip here, to Lowtown, to show me the truth. Unless you've got a heavy purse or highborn blood, the Cenobium doesn't give a damn. They will never open their gates for the ones who need help the most. Then it's all a lie? Things that seem too good to be true are often just that. Such a simple statement, and yet it leaves me reeling. Leander watches me as though weighing something in his mind. But it doesn't mean you're hopeless. Far from it. I founded the other stone to help people like you, like me. You wanna chop off my hands? We settle disputes, slave, feral, soulless. Hell, we've even been known to patch a leaky roof or two. Whatever troubles you, we can help. Free of charge. I do not believe you. No one's doing anything for free. I'm shaking my head before he's even finished his speech. My patience is wearing dangerously thin. I appreciate the offer, but my problem can be solved by a group of good Samaritans. To my chagrin? What the fuck is that? Leander doesn't look remotely surprised. Then you are looking for help with something serious. Something not even Kuras could crack. Yes? It must be a truly remarkable problem if you came all the way to Aridia searching for help. Yes? Tell me, how can I help you? Leander may not work for the Cenobium, but he's a mage. A powerful one, if his demonstration earlier is any indication. That was just an illusion. I don't know how powerful he is based on flowers. Indecision gnaws at me. I don't know if I can trust him, but it's not like I have any alternative. I hate to admit it, but this might be my only path forward. My confession comes out in a strained whisper. I'm cursed. He looks me up and down, taking in my face, my eyes, and finally my hand. Is that why you bandage your hands? Yes. My touch is dangerous. It changes people, hurts them. Before I've even finished, Leander pulls his left glove off. He flexes his fingers and grins. Alright, let's see. Also, he has gloves. Gloves exist. We could wear them. As he offers me his hand, a prismatic flash of magic ripples across his palm, but I'm already shrinking backward. I can. I don't care how confident Leander is. I won't allow myself to hurt him, to see his kind face unrecognizably warm. I don't want to hurt you. I'll be fine, trust me. I do not. I've seen enough curses and hexes to last me 2 lifetimes, but I'm still standing. Do you really think Kuras would send you here if I couldn't handle it? I don't know. I don't know him. I don't know you. Where should I know? How should I know? I only met him today. Exactly! I'm twice as good as any Cenobium mage. If anyone can help you, it's me. You don't know what you're asking me. I'm asking you to trust me, and I don't. There is a crate. Why is there a crate there? How is it fitting there? I look from Leander's outstretched hand to his confident smile. Then I begin unbending the why? Unwinding the bandages from my hand. Why? If you lose control, don't say I didn't warn you. You can tie me up first if it makes you feel better. His attempt at levity does little to comfort me. With each joint I expose, I grow increasingly certain that this is a terrible idea, but if he's bothered by how my hand looks, he doesn't show it. Alright, deep breath, on my count, I really don't want it. My fingers hover shakily over Leander's palm, in the middle of the street. Why are we doing this on the street? This is the most terriblest idea. 3, 2, 1. No, I'm not giving it. I hesitate at the last second. Leander does not. His hand closes tightly around mine. The instant his fingers graze mine, his expression goes blank. I wouldn't call it blank. It doesn't seem fine. Leander? I try to pull away, but his hand remains locked. My stomach sinks, fear gripping me even harder than Leander as he takes a slow, deliberate step closer. Hi! His other hand rises, fingers outstretched and angling towards my neck. Excuse me? Just fine. Aha, sure, yes. What do you want with my deck then? You weren't joking, that curse is something else. Well, fuck you then. Leander's hand lands gently on my shoulder to steady me. I didn't even realize I was shaking. I search Leander's face for traces of madness, but his eyes remain a clear, soft green. I don't think it's a curse. Neither of us speak as I trace the contours of his palm, lost in an awareness I wasn't anticipating. It's not as though I've never been touched before. My curse only extends to my hands, and desperation's force creativity. Oh my god. Can we like curse ourselves? So touching ourselves not on the arm is like bad for us as well, or we are immune to our own curse. But all that pales in comparison to this. I've never experienced such intimacy, like holding hands. My fingers, long deprived by years of bandaging, pick up every single detail. The grooves along his palm, the smooth shell of his nails, the bones in his wrist. For as long as I've lived, I've never been able to hold someone's hand without dire consequences. I never realized what I was missing. You could have always touched, dead people. While Leander pulls his steady, mine hammers as fear gives way to excitement. No, let him go. I still don't like him. I draw my hand back and take a steadying breath. My head feels like it's stuffed with cotton. Habit alone guides me through the motions of rewrapping my hand, although my fingers tremble too much for the bandages to lie flat. I can't believe that worked. I've really forgotten my manners. May I ask your name? Oh yeah, you haven't even... You don't even know my name yet and you want touchies! I'm Mortis. Mortis, this curse of yours is unlike anything I've ever seen before because it's not a curse. I'm a halfling, I'm sure. I can tell you're careful, but it's best you kept this between us. Are you staying in Lowtown? Yes, could you give me gloves, please? I pause. Room and board was something I'd yet to consider. I don't know. Let's get you properly settled then. The week is noticeably quieter. Without their leader, most of Leander's followers have dispersed, or in a few cases, fallen asleep beside their drink. Got any rooms left, or did my lot grab them all to sleep it off? The bartender, who I now realize doubles as an innkeeper, slides a key onto the counter. The usual room? The usual! Leander's laugh sounds slightly strained. No, not today. This is just for my friend, Mortis. Huh? I see. Right, stay as long as you like. You two have fun. Have fun? Leander clears his throat, then holds the key out to me. I hesitate. My coin purse barely holds enough for a day's worth of meals, let alone a room. How much do I owe you? Nothing. My treat, since you shared your secret. Well, yes, I did. Food, drink, warm bed, anything you need. Carefully, I take the key from him. It's small but heavy in my palm. I never expected to have a warm bed in Aridia, let alone free meals. The thought of an entire room to myself seems unbelievably luxurious. Thank you. Aridia is twice as dangerous as it is wondrous. Be careful out there. And if you need a reprieve from what haunts you, come find me. I nod, taking one last look at the gleaming bronze key before tucking it into the pocket of my cloak for safekeeping. Leander gives me a friendly wave before returning to the bar. It's our room! Take a look! It's, messy. It's mostly just very messy. You can guess that this is the usual room. What are those pills? Are those pills? Dust glitters in the sparse rays of light illuminating the room. The furniture is tired, the walls cracked, and the large lumpy bed serves as the centerpiece. The walls are not even cracked. Why are you lying? Again, would it hurt to just add a few cracks so what I see can align with what you're saying? I can't remember the last time I've slept in a bed, and I never imagined I would sleep in one tonight. And I collapse onto the bed. The springs let out shrill squeak. Finally, I can allow myself to rest. I think in the original demo, we didn't see our room. My eyes fall shut before long. Oh, are we actually sleeping? I don't think we did in the first demo. Oh, goody! It's actually 2 days now. That's great. I wake to pale sunlight filtering through the narrow windows. Despite the clamor of the tavern below, the precious hours of rest have restored my strength and gifted me a flicker of cautious optimism. If I play my cards right, today could be the day I get closer to finding a cure. I love it, because I think in the first demo, you met everyone in one day and it felt very cramped, you know? I quickly head out of the wet wing. The air clings sodden and heavy with the lingering scent of rain. Without the afternoon crowd, the district looks barren and bleak. In the middle of the street, a pair of crows squibble over stale bread crust. I pause, watching them while I consider my next move. Kuras and Leander both made it clear that the cenobium can be trusted, but I came so far and endured too much to give up now. I need to see the cenobium for myself, if only to satisfy my curiosity. Surely someone in the bar can point me in the right direction. But you just came out of there. I'm about to turn back when a shadow passes over me. A cloud, I think, until a puff of hot breath tickles the back of my neck. The shadow trickles down the street in rivulet. Formless dark spreads like ink into blotted shape. Claws stretch. A muzzle splits open to reveal long, jagged teeth. A growl rumbles so low and deep I feel it in my chest. I want to run, to scream, but I feel trapped, as though the slightest movement or breath will snap the jaws around me shut. No, I won't let it end like this. If I'm going to die, I want to look what got me in the eye first. I steel myself, then turn. It's nothing. The shadow vanishes as quickly as it came, and I'm left standing in the middle of the street, alone save for a figure reclining in the shade of a nearby stoop. Ah, hi. And you see... Okay, wait. It's not a monster, it's a puppy. So you see, in these scenes, the backgrounds are in the same style as well. These are more detailed. Even the color palette is different in the original backgrounds. They don't match, but in these they match. So it's really off-putting for me. I think this and the glove thing are my bigger complaints. A monster. That much is clear from a glance. One that could nearly be mistaken for human were it not for the tufted ears, the tail curled around his ankle. Or the dust-pink eyes with pupils that sharpen like needles when they fall on me. Willow gazes and the monster uncrosses his long legs. His hair gleams a shade of red that reminds me unsettlingly of blood when it curls around his collared throat. Jumpy, aren't you? His tone is so light and carefree that I glance over my shoulder to make sure he's speaking to me. When I look back, the stranger props his chin on his knuckles and regards me with an inscrutable grin. Did you see that shadow just now? It was massive, moved like a beast. Even as I speak, I'm aware of how ridiculous I must sound, but the stranger's smile doesn't falter. The only beasts I've seen are the weak, drooling regulars, though this did catch my eye. The key! He has our key! Oh, the booty! Oh, the ties! Oh, hi! Hi, you know what? You know what? You can stare at him while I have my tea, okay? I really love his outfit and his overall looks, but I don't like his personality overall. With a flick of his wrist, my in-room key dangles from his finger. It turns on its chain, glittering when it catches the light. My hands fly to my cloak's pockets and, sure enough, find them flat. He crooks his finger, beckoning. I've already taken 2 steps forward before some stifled instinct stops me. Something feels wrong. I'm still on the edge, thrumming with so much adrenaline that the stranger's shadow flickers at the edges of my vision. I always seem to attract the worst kind of attention, but I can't get rattled now. Who said that's my key? Where did you find it? Who said that's my key? Let's try to play it tough, you know? Who said that's mine? His smile is wide enough to reveal sharp fangs. Show me the fangs! I saw you drop it. You really should be more careful. City like this, somebody might take advantage, like you. A blood-faced lie said without a hint of irony. I approach the monster, careful to keep an arm's length away. He doesn't look dangerous, but the most deadly ones never do. And he doesn't have it anymore. He could. Look at his finger, he could hold it. Also look at him. That's him. Oh, look at the gloves. I like it. The stranger's chain softly clinks with the tilt of his head. His ears flick. Keeping your distance? Yes. Until I know what you're capable of. You think I stole your dinky little key from all the way over here? Yes. He gives an exaggerated sigh. I'm good with my hands, but not that good. Do I really look like a common thief to you? Well, maybe. He's got me there. The sheer fabric of his sleeves alone would be too expensive for most street thieves. Hell, his shoes look like they cost more than I spent traveling here. And then there is the shop behind him. That one, I guess. No matter the city, parted pink curtains only ever mean one thing. Yeah, that one. I'm not looking to buy, and I doubt I could afford your services anyway. Luckily for you, I don't charge. The man runs the tip of his tongue over a fang, and for the first time since I stepped into that shadow, I feel something other than dread. My face grows hot. Nah, I didn't mean to assume. I'm flattered, really. Did you think you could pay to pet my ears? I would love to! Can I? I just need my key back. I need to pet you. Your ears. / tail. Whichever. Ask nicely and I might even let you tug my tail. Just throw it here. So some spindly little street urchin can snatch it and run. He raises my key and tilts his head so he can watch it then go back and forth. I suppose I could just claim your room for myself. I love the ear movement. Those are cool. You see. Not that I'd be caught dead slumming in the wick with the rest of those leg-choked imbeciles. You're obviously not from around here, so tell me, traveler, what misfortune brought you to this wretched place? His voice practically drips with derision. I'm not telling you anything. What could have possibly drawn you to this dreary little pig pen, I wonder? He listlessly watches the arc of my key swinging around his finger. The weather's shit, the food is wreck, and there is entirely too many monsters for a human to feel safe. Unless... Dagger-sharp eyes flick toward me. They gleam bright with amusement. You can watch him. Looky, take you in. I love that they have, well, I won't say many positions, but a few, just a few. Unless you're just dying to consort with monsters. I would love to, and I love your fangs. By now, my embarrassment has worn away, leaving simmering impatience in its place. If this is a shakedown, it's the most frustrating one I've ever. Walk away, play along, of course. How did you know that I spent all my money starved and nearly died in a swamp just so I could crawl into bed with the first thirsty monster I met? Well, you are not entirely wrong there. That turns me a burst of breathy laughter. He gazes at me under his dark lashes. Aren't you funny? Well, thank you. Could you be any more obvious? I have been told subtlety is not my strength. So, your place or mine? I love you! Your place because I know you're from the snow biome and that would be fucked up. So yeah, your place. I would invite you if I had my key, obviously. If only I had my key, I might be able to invite you out. His languid gaze glides from me to the key in his hand and back. Take my hand and we will go together. I love it. I fucking love it. The more he flirts, the more convinced I become that this is some kind of trap. No matter how innocent monsters look, they always have tricks up their sleeves. And something tells me that this one's more dangerous than he lets on, even if he has a lovely laugh. I don't know what you want or why you are messing with me, but I'm not coming any closer until I know you aren't going to attack me or bite. I won't bite hard unless you beg me. No matter what I say, he finds a way to twist my words into innuendo, whatever is that. Even when I'm silent, he goes on as though we are having a conversation, not a stand-up. Honestly, I don't remember why I didn't like him. I love him now, I don't know. Maybe because I managed to get myself killed by him at the end of the first demo. Maybe that's why. Do you like dancing? There is a traveling troupe performing in Hightown tonight. Their lutist is utterly exquisite, truly a performance to die for. There is life in this dreadful place, if you know where to look. You sound like you know the city well. I just arrived. The monster's gaze flickers from me to the key hanging from his finger. Naturally, this dump was little more than a miserable little smear. Oh, I'm sorry, he was the one saying that. Naturally, this dump was little more than a miserable little smear on a map when I first arrived. How long ago was that? High time, low time. I know Eridia like the back of my hand. What about the Cenobium? Do you know where that is? His smile vanishes. Surely you've seen it. That absurdly large tower looming over the rest. It's a little hard to miss. Must mean that spire I noticed when I first caught sight of Eridia. The Cenobium's overrated. Forget about it. I can show you things those stuffy boars in their limp dick tower couldn't even dream of. What do you say? How about the two of us have a little adventure? Fuck, sure, yes. Wait. Save. Save. Return. The game taught me to save often. And I save. After playing more than an hour, it's fine. I hope you're proud of me. Now we can go and I can die by your hand. It's fine. Yeah, I've already got plans. No, I want to go on an adventure with him. Oh, have you some pressing matters at the Cenobium? Lunch dates with librarians? Tea time with the most esteemed abs? Abbess? I don't know how to pronounce that. That's my business. What's it matter to you? I square my shoulder and the amusement bleeds out of him. You're lost. The stranger, finally bored of his own tedious game, extends his hand towards me. The key rests on his palm, neatly dividing skin and leather. When he makes no other move, I reach for the key, but as soon as my fingers graze smooth brass, his hand springs shut around my elbow. Hey! Hi! He yanks me down and I stagger, my shoe slipping on the step. What step? For a sick moment, I fear my bandages will unravel under his touch, but he's careful not to disturb them even as he grips my arm. How nice of him. Looking out for my bandages. I knew I smelled blood. You reek of the road and death. Yeah, I think I haven't showered lately, yes. And that fucking doctor. You do not like the doctor? His voice, once silken, lowers to a smoky growl. The shadows around him seethe and boil. What? Why don't you not like the doctor? And something else. Yes, Leander. He murmurs against my throat, nose grazing my jaw. Oh, sniffing. His breath trails down my neck, sending a thrill of dread through me. His wide, flat eyes gleam with naked hunger as he gazes at me. Let it go! Just when I fear he will bite, his grip loosens and his eyes widen with aim. It seems I underestimated you. You are, Vere, I think. Or Vere. Or I don't know how to pronounce this either. We are going to go with Vere. The stranger's ears flatten and he releases me with a short breath. I yank my arm back, messaging my bandages. He twists around to see a woman duck out from the curtains behind him. From the look of her pressed white uniform, I'm almost certain she's a cleric of the Cenobium. I leave you for all of what, 10 minutes? And you're making trouble again. Will you quit harassing the tourists? I'm not a tourist. I'm kind of a tourist, but not really. The stranger, Vere? I take it, rolls his eyes and flashes the cleric a withering smile. So suspicious. Can't you see this is a friend of mine? A natural liar. He grins at me and his tail swishes coyly. The woman purses her lips at me, clearly unconvinced. I open my mouth to correct him, but Vere cuts in. I was graciously offering my dear friend some free advice. Though his voice remains light and cheerful, his expression darkens. Danger is drawn to you like a moth to flame. It will always find you given time. Thank you! I think I noticed this. The woman clacks her tongue as though she's heard this recital 102 times. Word to the wise, don't take free advice from lazy foxes lounging in the streets. This crook would sell water to a drowning man for the sheer enjoyment of it. I know. It's a fox, obviously it would do that. She shrugs off a wilting look from Vere. I don't know. The fox. Oh, please, any friend of yours know it's true. Now hold still. Oh. Sorry. Misclick upon misclick. Vere rises gracefully at her approach. He pushes his hair aside so it drapes over one shoulder, exposing the long line of his neck. And suddenly it dawns on me that the jingling I heard earlier wasn't coming from his harness, but a heavy iron chain wound around the hitching post and wound around the hitching post and padlocked to the back of his collar. He is literally on a leash! He is literally on a leash! What the fuck? I didn't remember this. The woman produces a crowded keyring from her pocket. She rifles through a dozen identical keys before selecting one and slotting it into the lock. Come on, unless your friend's tagging along on our merry little soulless hunt. I would love that. They're hunting inside the city? That soulless in the waist did seem ravenous. I would rather not run into another one like it. No, thank you. The cleric regards me with a polite, if tight smile before marching down the stairs. Vere lingers. He stretches his arms over his head with a yawn, and I try not to stare at the way his stomach flattens when he reaches his back. Your little secret's safe with me. Try not to get yourself killed, Yeah, sure, thank you. Vere hops off the stoop and bounds after the woman. His tail sways merrily as though he hadn't just lied and threatened me. Did you try that thing I mentioned? The Luventian knot? That the one where you take 3 fingers and... Actually, don't tell me. Knowing you, it's probably disgusting. Vere's airy laughter echoes down the street. It's only after he and the cleric have vanished from sight that I realize I'm still missing something. The key! Wait! Reflexively, I shove my hands into my pockets and find it. The room key. He gave it back. He's fine. I use the key from my pocket, smoothing my thumb over its jagged teeth as I try to recall a touch, a tell, or a hint of Vere's sleight of hand, but I can't figure out how he did it. All I know for certain is that the Cenobium saw it fit to leash him, a fate I could share if that's what his vague warning meant. Yes. I let my eyes drift skyward past the lanterns gently swaying in the breeze, to the Cenobium faintly visible through the haze. That one? I don't know. Just one glimpse is all I need, and I can put this all behind me. This time, the key goes into my coin purse for safekeeping. Yeah, I would love to lose my key with my coins. If someone would rob you, they would go for the coin purse, and they would steal your key with it. Good thinking. Good. Now, before, wait, we're saving. I save. Now, before meeting Ice and Min, those are the 2 characters we haven't met yet. And before this final scene at the inn, we are going to finish this episode here. I think the other part, the second half of the demo is about the same length that we played already. So we are going to continue it in the next episode. So far, we've met a few new things, some extended dialogues from the updated demo. I like where this is going. I still have my concerns that I brought with myself from the previous demo. But overall, so far so good. We are going to discuss it more in depth at the end of the demo. For now, thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please don't forget to let YouTube know about it by liking, subscribing, leaving a comment. But no one likes outros, so bye-bye!